Check this out.
I can't get out of my head is that as the United States becomes more unstable.
So that creator is talking about how if the ruling class in the US was intelligent, they would throw money at a problem that is affecting a lot of Americans today as a way to say, see, we're not that bad, and to, kind of ride on the success of that for a while, but they don't.
So, I agree with the whole rest of her video, and I will try to tag her. Hopefully I can figure that out. But the rest of her video is great. But up to this point, and which is not true. No, they do it all the time. They do that all the time. The Department of Education is an excellent example of throw more money at it, throw more money at it. If you've seen The Great Race, which if you haven't, you need to, best 3 hours spent on a historically fun, The Great Race. Watch it. Anyway, there's a place in it. It's a throw more brandy, and it's like, yeah, that's how they act with everything, be it the USDA, the Department of Education, I mean, whatever it is, every single year. And even the states and counties have learned this. Whenever it's budget time, what are they doing? They're fighting about everybody's wanting more. We want to throw more money at it. The problem is they're not throwing their own money at it. Okay, so it's not the philanthropists. I think that's how you say it. It's not the bigwigs, the highfalutins, the people with money that are investing their own money in the problems. No. Whenever they want to throw money at a problem and get the credit, they're throwing everybody else's money at the problem and getting credit. I mean, it's like there's a fire. Here, let me take your shirt off and try to put out the fire with your shirt. That's how they are. Or let me take your water bottle and pour it on the fire. I'm not going to use my water bottle or my shirt to put out the fire. Right? You can do that. Let me force you to use your shirt and your water bottle to put out this fire that I started in the first place. So that's the big thing, is the people in charge, the people with the money, the people, the rest of her video was great because, and please do go back and watch it, because historically, if we look at history and we believe anything about history, then we've seen the cycle. It's cyclical. There are cycles that do happen, and when the people as a whole start getting exploited to a point that they can no longer properly feed and protect their families, something's gonna fall. It's not gonna happen. So, these ideas that if we just throw more money at things, you don't understand how it works. Take an economics course or something and figure this out, because money never solves anything. Okay, let me just say that. Money is a tool. Money is handy in a lot of situations. I mean, we need to pay our bills. We need to do our thing, right? But it doesn't solve the problem. Money doesn't turn on your lights. Money doesn't heat up the water in your hot water heater. Money doesn't keep your fire in your fireplace, or, well, I mean, you can burn it, but it's not going to burn very long. And it's probably toxic these days, honestly. But money, isn't going to turn on a furnace or something like that. Money isn't going to deliver the propane or pump your fuel in your vehicle. Money doesn't do that. These are natural resources that we are using. Electricity is a natural resource. Fuel is a natural resource. Wood is a natural resource. Dirt, things like that. Everything that we use on a regular basis, everything that we need to eat, the water we drink, those are all natural resources. And once people get the idea that they have free access to natural resources, the only person that owns those natural resources is God himself. And he has given us dominion and stewardship over those things. So as soon as we figure that out, we may not have the same life that we've had, but this life that we have had has been preparing us and situating us in a place of being slaves, generally, just being slaves. And we see a perceived problem and thinking, just the very mindset of, I see a problem, we need to spend money on it. We need to get somebody to donate. We need to do this. We need to do that. It's lovely to have donations. It's lovely to have charitable organizations and stuff like that. But especially whenever the government has control of it, it'll never solve the problem by them having more money to, taking more money from other people to throw at a perceived problem. Like I said, the education system is a key example. The more money, if you go back historically, just in the last 100 years, 150 years, the more money that is spent on education, the further downhill education goes. Now, I'm not saying that that's specifically cause and effect, but it's a fact, okay? The more money spent, the worse the quality of education is that our children are receiving. I knew men that were born in the 20s who didn't get past an 8th grade education, who were more intelligent. And honestly, the tests they took in 8th grade back in the 30s, graduate students today have a hard time passing. So that proves it. The little one-room schoolhouses, the tiny little schools out here, were educating people better than universities are today in America. I would say that's probably throughout the world, but definitely in America. You don't learn common sense at a school or a college usually. You don't learn basic life skills at a institutional school or a college usually. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen sometimes. There are some teachers that really, really do try to teach those things. They aren't the ones that get extra funding, okay? Extra activities and things, 4-H and things like that, which it is another government program, but those things, they're not the ones that are pushed. They're not the ones that are encouraged. 4-H club, the institutions will do everything that they possibly can to make sure that the children are too busy to do 4-H. It's a problem all the way around. So I do agree with the rest of her video. Was very good. It was very educational. It was very informative, and I understand the heart of what she was saying. But that one little piece right there, I just had a little beef with. And God bless you, sweetheart. I get what you were trying to say, but yeah, I just needed to throw in my 2 cents there. Okay, so 2 cents thrown in. And remember, you can make it through the dust storms of life with God's divine help.